Hello everyone, my name is John Caleb. I'm doing tutorial about HR and workplace tips. It is my pleasure to teach you on how you can become more productive and also you can perform highly in the organization that you're working in. I can only do this if you subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so that anytime that I upload the video, you will come and watch the video and then we'll learn together. In this specific video, I'm going to talk about interview. And this one, I'm going to talk about how to introduce yourself in an interview. How you can introduce yourself to an interview. Maybe you have an upcoming interview soon. You need to learn on how you're going to introduce yourself, on how you're going to make the impression that will please the hiring manager, and automatically you're going to be hired. So please, if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you. Without further ado, let us get into it. We need to understand that the first impression can play a very important role on how the employer is going to perceive you as a candidate. Whatever you're going to say during the first phase of the interview can make a very big difference, either in a good way or in a bad way. So you don't need to come across to come across as an awkward person or somebody who is who lacks social skills, but rather you want to show yourself that you are professional enough, and also you have good communication skills that will be an asset to the company that is going to hire you. So I have some tips that is going to help you on how you're going to introduce yourself when you have the upcoming interview very soon. Tip number one is when you arrive to the interview, the first contact that you're going to make, you have to be very, very careful with the first contact that you're going to make in the interview site. Be prepared to make a quick introduction to the person who greets you. When you arrive to the interview site, introduce yourself to the receptionist by stating your name and stating the reason why the reason of your visit. Many hiring managers will ask the receptionist about the impression of the candidate who came for the interview, and this one can also work for you out well if you act rudely, or you put yourself if you act rudely to the receptionist. This one, you will lose point in your conversation. So after that, you're going to meet the hiring manager. Once you meet the hiring manager, the first you will have to wait for a few minutes to for your appointment, and when your appointment comes, automatically sometimes you will be escorted to the interview room, or you will be told where the interview is being conducted. When you reach there to the hiring manager where they're conducting interview, you need to make eye contact, and also you need to be very careful on how you introduce yourself, because even though you have an appointment, take time to introduce yourself to the interviewer so that he or she can know you. Also, you need to offer hand and shake their hands, even though even if they don't offer you a hand first, but you need to do it, because this is proper etiquette. This one includes handshaking as part of introduction. So you need to tell the interviewer that you're a pleasure to meet them, and also smile with them and make good eye contact with hiring manager or the person who is going to carry out the interview. Also, you need to keep your introduction very short and clear. Introduce yourself to an in-depth basis of the interview. Hiring manager will start by asking you an open-end question that tell me about yourself. This is one of the common questions that many hiring managers ask the candidates when they go for the interview. Tell me about yourself. Here you need to learn. You need to learn on how you can learn the best way you can highlight your skills, your experience, your personality, without sharing too much information or taking up too much precious time for the interview, because each and every interview have allocated time. So when you are asked to introduce yourself, when you're asked to in part of introduction, the interviewer will tell you, tell me about yourself. You need to learn on how you can highlight your skills, experience and personality that is in accordance with the job that you're applying for, or the job that you are being interviewed for. Another one is you need to focus on your qualification. Your introduction should be clear, as I have said before, and also try to recap of some of the the skills or some of the qualification or some of the achievement that you have done, that you have achieved, that will help you to do this job properly. You also, however, you don't need to overdo it. You don't spend too much time talking talking about yourself. The interviewer has the agenda or their limited time, because every interview has the limited time located to them. So you don't overdo it. This one, the reason why you're doing this is to to connect personally with the person, the interviewer, so that and also show them that you are qualified for the job, and you will make a great great person if they hire you. Also, you need to prepare. You need to be prepared for a follow-up question, because immediately after the introduction, there are going to be other interview questions that you're going to be asked. So you need to be very careful. You need to be very prepared and very ready to answer the question. Be ready to provide specific example on how you use, on how and where you utilize your assets or your skills to achieve some work, or in a specific work that you've done before, or in a volunteer role, or even in academic project that you have done before. So this one will also help you. Also, you need to remember another tip that will help you when you're introducing yourself to a job interview. You remember manners matters a lot. It is very important that you, regardless of the job that you're applying for, you will be expected to act professionally, and also throughout the phases of the interviews, because this one will help you to bring to make the interviewer understand that you are professional enough, and you are able to be employed in that company. So you need to behave yourself as you introducing yourself to this kind of professional thing. Also, you need to be prepared to take charge of the interview, because interviewers may be in position of power, but that one does not mean that they are good in interviewing. So many of them, the fact is that many of them find us struggling to do this. So once you realize that the interviewer is not asking you the questions that are going to help you to perform better, or they are going to help you to in the role that you are looking for, you need to ask questions related to real job requirements. Try to do this in a very good manner, so that you don't become rude to the interviewer. Also, you need to do this in a very professional way. Try to ask the interviewer the question on how the real job objective and the real job requirement that you're supposed to do. In conclusion, preparation is the key to knock your interview out of the park. Take your time to rehearse your answers to popular interview questions, and also you need to remember that you need to stay positive, smile, and try to relax. Thank you.